Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to what's that? I believe it's a Petite Raceway. The league that's apparently so small it somehow takes up a massive real estate in other people's head. No, messing around, messing around. I just a couple of stuff that we've heard from other leagues I've been addressed. But anyways, welcome back to Elite Raceway. We are here with our Tier 2 group. Very excited to see this. Looking like our first first rainy week here in China with our Tier 2. And it is full-blown raining, so all the drivers seems like they're going to be on wet tires. But it is round 4 of season 5, round 4 out of 12 tracks. So yeah, still the beginning of the season, but almost heading into halfway of it. So it has been a really interesting couple weeks. A lot of great drivers we have seen, a lot of great battles. So hopefully we could keep on seeing that again. Uh, but we do have quite a few drivers who are looking like already on their hot lap. So we do have Anchor Production and Oh Mama Wembanyama, aka Oh Mama Shan. And it looks like Anchor Production is the driver who will possibly be crossing the line first if he's able to keep it going. But very, very tricky conditions. Not exactly sure if the actual race is going to be dry. If we have any weathermen on the live chat, we'd be happy to know if it's going to be raining or a dry race. But looks like Anchor Production a little bit squiggly there, but still holding on. And for those who are new to our channel, we do we are a league that runs with no traction control, so all these drivers they are really being put to the test. Um, and I do see actually Froggy Boggy from our Division 2 Noesis group on the live chat saying hello. So big hello to you, my friend. Had a phenomenal race last week in Jeddah. Very unfortunate with the penalties, but still a great driver from what we've seen. But yeah, everything all going well, and we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday with Division Two. Hopefully, you are able to get that win. But Anka Production being the first driver to cross the line puts in a 150.2. Oh Mama Wembanyama looks like he believes that the track is lighting up a little bit and has gone for the intermediate tires. Let's see if anybody else is closer to finishing a lap. I believe Mate Kyle is. And I did want to take a brief look at the standings. So we do have Kyle at the moment with a total of 69 points. Right ahead of him is Alex Carugot with 78 points. So Alex, as we can see, isn't here today. Unfortunately, I don't think he can make it. He did say possibly qualifying, but I think that is a very low chance. So Kyle has a big responsibility today to actually get some points and try finishing. I know last week in Jeddah he was a little bit unfortunate and had a wasn't able to finish the race. But yeah, second chance today. So Kyle in provisional pole with a 149.6. Let's see if anybody else is actually finishing. So it looks like Mahazne, one of our reserve drivers today, reserving in the Mercedes. Looks like he is going to be finishing up his lap now. So I think we do have one more driver, so if I'm quiet, it's just because I'm looking at the Discord chat, just trying to make sure he is able to join in. But Mahasne crossing the line puts in a 151.1, puts him up to P4 at the moment. So it looks like quite a few drivers are actually opting for the intermediate tires. Let's see if Wilson was able to join in. Have too many friends on my list. So no, not yet. Okay. Alrighty, so two more drivers who have yet to put in a time. That is Hulk Kimbrel and Hafernix. Hafernix going around the final corner. And speaking of Hafernix in the Ferraris, so constructor standings, we do have the Red Bulls of High RPM and Garen Vitek, who unfortunately isn't here today. So is being replaced by the reserve Jamma Ranks. So Red Bulls have a total of 105 points. Right behind them, the Ferraris, only 5 points away, 100 on the dot, 100 points between both Vroom and Hafernix. Hafernix, who just crossed the line, put in a 152.1. So both drivers here today, and with the opportunity to capitalize and try gaining those points. And for those who don't know, we do offer points from first to last position. So as long as you cross that line, you will be getting those points. So it does make the championship, the Constructors' Championship, very interesting. And I do think, yep, West is online, so we'll be having 17 drivers on the grid. So it looks like Kyle is going to back out of that. I believe Mahasne right behind has actually just started his again. Well, a little bit of a struggle there. But has put in a purple sector 1, 8/10 up on his time. And Kyle actually even looks like the track is drying out. Yeah, but there is a dry line, so intermediate tires might actually be the best tire at the moment. So Kyle improving a 149.3. Mahasne, we did see improve as well. Did look like he was up 8/10. Has put in a purple second sector. I'm hoping Wes is able to take control of the car. Just take a quick look. Because I know quite a few drivers have don't know that they can actually go through the AI cars in the pit lane and actually take control of it. So just to make sure. But Mahasne on the main straight. Actually, second straight. And Williams doing a great job to actually get out the way and make sure he doesn't impede. Mahasne now on the main straight and puts in a 148.3. So a second away from Kyle, who looks like has just started his, or is finishing up his. So it looks like that was a banker lap that he did before, and yet he was still able to improve. But Kyle going around the final corner has enough battery to use and puts in a 146.5, puts him up to provisional pole. So him and Mahasne, looks like those intermediate tires are the best tire at the moment. Woohoo! Mahasne doing a little bit of lawn mowing. It looks like no car behind, but oh yep. And so Juez is in his car, his assigned car for the season. So happy to see that he's able to race. Alrighty, so we do have the McLaren of Anker Production, who still on the wet compounds at the moment. About to cross the line, puts in a 1:45.8. Actually, he was on the intermediate compounds. I was looking at El Capitan. Both McLarens giving me a little bit of a confusion right there. So I did mention that Kyle has 69 points on the driver standings. 9 points behind him is actually Omama Wembanyama with 60 points. So it is a very close battle. Like I said, Alex unfortunately might not be able to make it for today. So any point counts for today. Oh mama Wembanyama using up all that battery on that straight. A little bit of a lockup right there. But big respects for being able to drive with no ABS. And going a little bit wide right there, but he looks like he's going to cross the line, puts in a 1:46.6. That puts him up to P3. Honestly, I think he could do better. He does have the pace, so I can definitely see him having a pole position there. But at the moment, Anker Production in the McLaren holding it. So you do have Norman, who it did say was up on the time, although we all know that sometimes the Delta, when you switch to the cars, doesn't always portray the actual time. So Norman's going to cross the line, puts in a 1:47.0, pushes him up to P4. I think that's the highest I've seen him qualify if it ends like this. And oh, the kicks out. We're almost in the way of the McLaren right there. But it looks like Anker Production is still out and using those tires to go for another hot lap. So he is up on his time at the moment. I know quite a few drivers are saying that this is not their favorite track at all. Some of them actually choosing not to race it. But we are glad to see quite a good group. And I believe Hulkenberg was actually one of the drivers who didn't want to race it, but is actually here today. So we're glad to see that. And oh, the driver, I believe that's a Williams right in front of Anker Production, who had a little bit of a wiggle right there. Taking out quite a few of the boards, trying to get out the way of Anker Production there. But Anker Production has improved. Does really well to take that penultimate corner. So Anker Production really looking solid, puts in a 1:43.6. Kyle, who also had crossed the line, won 1:46.5. Oh, we do have Hafrenix, who has actually put in a purple second sector, so we will take a look at what he is going to put in. Oh yeah, so for Agibagi, yes. So our qualifying is short qualifying. So it's an 18-minute qualifying. All the tiers and the divisions run with the same format. So it is a short 18-minute qualifying session, and following that is the 50% race. So Hafrenix, who does have the Red Bull right in front of him, who is probably looking to start a time. But a little bit of contact right there. A little bit of racing battling during the qualifying session. Jeez. I don't think that is... That looks like that is Jamaranks, who is... I actually do want to give him a nice little warm welcome to the league. I believe this is his first race with us. So best of luck. I know a few drivers who have recently joined are just now getting into the no traction environment. So best of luck in the race. And while I was saying that, higher PM with a 145.0 pushes himself up to P2. Uncle Production with a very comfortable time right there, still with the 143. So let's see if anybody else is... Looks like Marky Mark. Yeah, so it looks like Marky Mark is actually setting his time right now, finishing up Sector 2. And was going to finish up Sector 2, but does let the Williams pass. I'm not sure if he decided to back out for not being comfortable on his time, or... Guess not, but... Oh, we do have Kyle who is putting his time. It did show that he was up by a second, but we will actually confirm that once he crosses the line. Takes the penultimate corner, still has a little bit of battery left to use. And so Kyle crossing the line puts a 143.1. So 5/10 away from Anchor Production. Let's take a look at what Anchor Production is at. He is taking the penultimate corner. A little bit wiggly on that exit there, but we'll see if he's able to pick up time. And so Anchor Production does improve by 2/10, but not enough to get that pole position from Kyle. I believe Vroom crossing the line at 146.9 pushes himself up. And looks like that is going to be our starting grid. High RPM, looks like he is going back into the pits. Alrighty, so our starting grid for round 4 at China, we do have Kyle starting on pole position, puts a 143.1 phenomenal lap. Right next to him, he is going to have Anchor Production in the McLaren. From P3 all the way down, we have High RPM, Paxman, Mahasne, El Capitan, O Mama Wembanyama, Vroom, Norman, Hulkenbrol, Marky Mark, Cowboys for Life, Kovacs, West, Hafrenix, Lakers, Kobe, and Jamaranks. So that is going to be our grid. And for those who are, again, new to the league, we do have a couple minutes break for the drivers to actually have enough time to prepare their strategies. They do have Park Firm off for the limited assist tiers, so they have the ability to adjust or tweak any of their setups, which is good because it was a wet qualifying session and now looking like it's going to be a dry race. So and after this, we do have formation lap on as well, so they will be having an extra lap to prepare and warm up those tires as well. Although I know a lot of people say they don't like China. I actually like it. I feel like there's actually a lot of overtaking opportunities on this track. But if anybody is on the grid and listening in, if it is going to be a full dry race, you can let me know. Or if it's going to possibly be a dry to wet, which would make it extra interesting. But I already see a few complaints regarding it being a dry qualifying session. So so I know for sure these guys don't want to they don't want a wet race. And yeah, so our weatherman Nick, who is that? Oh, that's Hulkman, bro. There we go. Okay, the names were different. And Room as well, both of them. Thank you very much. I'm gonna give you extra points for that. Saying it's going to be a dry and sunny race. So mucho appreciation. Alrighty, so they have the ready up. Like I mentioned before, they do have that formation lap, so they still have the chance to go around one more time before the actual race. And so we'll get all this set up. And it looks like we actually have a variety of strategy. So we only have two drivers starting on the soft tires. So we have Anchor Production in P2, most likely looking to get that advantage on Kyle at the start, and Jamaranks in P17 starting on the soft tires as well. Majority looking like they've opted for the hard compounds and only four drivers on the mediums. So if I'm not mistaken, the hard tires, they went up to lap 15 or 16 if you're going for that one stopper, and then after that, switching over to the mediums. And the mediums, I believe those who in tier one that started on the medium tires, they probably took it to lap 10, if I'm not mistaken, or if they probably pit a little bit later. But personally, I probably would prefer the hard compounds. But yeah, we'll just have to see. I do know that China isn't really a track where you'll probably see safety cars, but you never know. They did surprise me in in a few other tracks this season. Alrighty, so all drivers have made it past the penultimate corner. All lining up, and will Anchor Production be able to get that move done on Kyle, who has started on the hard compound? So it's going to take a couple laps for those hards to actually kick in. It looks like they have all lined up. And perfect no formation lap glitch. So 5 lights and off they go. And like I said, Anchor Production looking to get that move done on Kyle, especially with those soft tires, does have a really great advantage right there. Gets the move done up to P1 now, and looks like we do have a couple movement happening in the back. Quite a lot of positions, and we do have one driver I think is losing quite a lot. Cowboys for Life dropping down to P13 now. Cars still remaining side by side. Oh, Mama Shan staying on the inside of El Capitan. Looks like that is yellow flags. I believe that is the Haas of Kovacs and the Alpine of Marky Mark. Not exactly sure what happened there, but quite a solid start for the drivers up in front. So Anchor Production now our leader of the grid. Kyle, honestly, I believe doing a really good job to not really fight it out. I mean, he is seeing that Anchor Production is on the soft tires, so he's probably going to wait it out and possibly just hope for no safety car that will give Anchor Production the advantage. But a couple movements happening in the back as well. Hulkenberg going a bit wide right there. So Thoroughbro's room and a bit of movement happening in the back as well. Looks like Cowboys for Life getting back that P13 position at the moment. Hulkenberg right on the back of Vroom. Looking to make a move on the inside. And looks like he has gotten the move done. So DRS is enabled now. Anchor Productions on the back of Kyle, who looks like had regained the position back. But a little bit of a swap around again. Anchor Production now getting the overtake on Kyle. Oh, we do have Oh Mama Shan right on the back of high RPM there. And looks like Kyle is actually going to get the DRS off of Anchor Production. So Anchor Production, even with the soft tires, not really able to get a gap from Kyle. So Kyle, like I mentioned, is going to get that DRS, gets the flap open. Not close enough to make a move yet, but looks like right behind Oh Mama Shan getting past the Red Bull of high RPM. But Kyle is going to get the second DRS. Closing in on the back of the McLaren. Still not able to make a move yet. But I actually think that might be a strategy call. Actually, no. Looks like Kyle making the move on Anchor Production. I'm going to have to stick to Kyle. Making surprising moves over here. I will say all the deltas are extremely close, so lots of possible battles happening. So we will take a look at position changes. So Paxman and Mahasna up 1 position, both of them. Wembanyama up 2 positions. High RPM actually losing 3 positions. Highest we have is looking like Hafrenix, who has just made the move on Hulkenbro and bringing along his teammate as well. Both the Ferraris, I believe, have been doing really well to work together. Uh, they had a great race in Jeddah last week, which I encourage if you want to watch it. Both of them really good teammates. Hulkenbro looking to make a move on the back of on the Ferrari of Vroom, who does have that DRS off of his teammate. Oh, Hulkenbro looked at the inside, a bit of a bump right there with Vroom, but no harm, no foul. Looks like we do have still Alk production on the back of Kyle. So a nice DRS train from P1 all the way to P7. Oh, that is yellow flags. Looks like that is Hafrenix. Not exactly sure what happened there, but looks like Hulkenbro also getting overtaken by Cowboys for Life. And more drivers falling off. That is Marky Mark dropping down as well. Doesn't look like any car damage, so might have just gone off track. Oh, locking up. So that might have been what happened. So Marky Mark, unfortunately, locking up, struggling quite a bit. So it might be those cold tires. And up ahead, we do have Pax the Man now on the back of Anka Production, and looks like he is going to get that move done nice and easily. So again, Anka Production does have those soft tires, so they might be dying out soon. And higher PM, or is that, who is that? Oh no, Jamaranks, okay. Saw Ferrari all the way in the background into the wall. I was wondering who that was, but Jamaranks unfortunately getting disqualified from the session. And looks like up ahead, Pax the Man getting overtaken twice, both by Omar Mashana and Mahazne as well. And losing even more position, so now has dropped down to P7. And Kyle taking advantage of those tires has extended the gap 2.4 seconds ahead of Anka Production now. So quite a nice train going on over here, I will say. Aqua Production trying to break that slipstream, but looks like it's not going to do anything. Mahazne now getting the overtake done. Oh Mama Wembanyama looking to make a move. Oh, and looks like, yep, contact between Oh Mama Shot and Aqua Production. I don't think Aqua Production has any damage right there. And it looks like he is going to go into the pits, probably to get rid of those soft tires there. And so Aqua Production now being the first driver to pit, moving to the hard compounds now. So honestly, these four, even Wonka Production, are quite an interesting group to watch, I think. Any small mistake is going to cost them. They are super close together. And that is yellow flags. Looks like that is Lakers in sector 1 right there. Able to get back onto the track, but still keeping an eye on these boys right here. No move yet. Kyle's still doing a great job, 2.6 seconds ahead of P2 now. So all 5 drivers in the front on the same strategy, hard compounds. And Aqua Production now picking up a 3-second penalty. Oh, that is Mama Shan. Looks like he did try making a move on the inside. Wasn't able to get the move done. Had a little bit of an incident and has dropped back a second behind Mahazne and is under pressure by the Red Bull of high RPM. Looks like high RPM is going to get the move done. And will Capitan actually get the move done as well? And looks like he is. So, Mama Wembanyama losing 2 positions right there. And now high RPM actually getting the DRS from Mahazne. Kyle now 3.4 seconds ahead of P2. Keeping that pace up. I believe I did see Alex on the YouTube live chat saying that Alex is, sorry, that Kyle is locked in for the race now that he's not here. Which I believe is quite true. I believe Kyle mentioned that he was feeling sick today, so big respects for him to actually still show up. Hopefully you're not feeling as bad as you were earlier today, so as long as you don't pass out behind your wheel, I'll be and then we're good. So these 4 are still doing really well to stay close together. High RPM does have the DRS from Mahazne, but looks like he isn't close enough to make a move yet. Ooh, very close to the back of Mahazne right there. I will say it has been some really good racing, some good battles as well. Kyle still extending that gap, 3.6 seconds now ahead of P2. I did see a yellow flag that might be... Yeah, looks like that is the Williams of Lakers there. So Mahazne really close to the back of sorry, high RPM. I know both of them are brothers. They confuse me. High RPM on the back of Mahazne, staying really close behind, has done well to actually gain some battery back. Does get the flap open, but Mahazne using that battery to stay ahead. So still no movement yet. Looks like we do have the McLaren of Aqua Production getting past Hulkenberg there. Actually got past right before the DRS activation, so he is going to stay ahead. Looking at the penalties, so only 2 drivers with 3-second penalties. So that is Norman and Aqua Production. And speaking of Norman, going into the pit lane now to change out of those medium tires. And up ahead, looks like we do have El Capitan. Looked like he was going to make a move on high RPM there, but choosing to bank out. And if I'm not mistaken, this is actually the the first time Kovacs in the Haas actually has a teammate, full-time teammate driving. So so big points for those the 2 Haas boys. So Mahazne, RPM, El Capitan, Omama Wembanyama still on the back of each other. Doesn't look like high RPM is going to make a move again. But like I said, great racing, because honestly it does show that, you know, they have patience. Obviously not forcing a move yet. And just really using each other to extend that gap from the rest of the pack. But I did notice that Kyle has lost a little bit of time there. He was, I believe, over 4 seconds ahead of Mahazne, now 3.3 seconds. So not sure if he's struggling a little bit with those tires or just had a little bit of a slip up, but still doing a good job to stay ahead. Oh, and looks like that is yellow flags from Vroom, who has lost a position. Another yellow flag. Looks like that is Lakers choosing to retire in the pit lane. I did notice that he was struggling quite a bit on track, so very unfortunate. Hopefully, the next race is better. But Mahazne now actually able to make the move on, or sorry, high RPM making the move on Mahazne. I should have just made them teammates for today. Yeah, so Encore Production getting the move done on Cowboys for Life as well. Encore Production doing really well to climb back up on the grid. I know he did start on the soft tires, had to pit early. Curious to see where he'll come out once the drivers ahead of him pit. So he will be on older tires, of course. So high RPM actually pushing, looks like he was almost about to push Mahazne out of the DRS. Kyle now 5.1 seconds ahead of the rest of them. Doing a really good job to keep it consistent. Oh, Mama Sean, a little bit wiggly right there. Losing a little bit of time, but looks like still able to hold on to the DRS of them. And looks like that is yellow flags. I believe that is the Ferrari of Hafrenix, who had a little bit of a spin and luckily back onto the track, but looking to be struggling a little bit. And we do have two drivers now pitting, Paxman and Cowboys for Life. Encore Production now moving up to P6. So if Kyle is able to win today, he will be leading the championship due to Alex, of course, not being here. Still looking to see any movement. Looks like still the four of them staying right behind each other. Oh, Mama Sean, very wiggly, very struggling quite a bit to get that traction coming out of the final, the penultimate corner there. I will say the McLarens, both of them looking really strong today. Looks like they might actually gain quite a few positions in the constructors if they're able to keep this up. Oh, looks like we do have Norman making the move on Juez. Norman having the fresher tires, 4-lap old hards, while Juez is on the 13-lap old hard compound. So Norman making up positions there. I do want to see if Mama Sean is able to have a better exit this time. Does actually have the better grip there. And El Capitan closing in on the back of Mahasna. Not able to make a move, but Mahasna running into the back of high RPM there. And through goes the McLaren of El Capitan. So I think it was a very minor bump there. Mahasna with no wing damage, so still doing well to hold on. Like I mentioned, just a little mistake is going to cost you. And so El Capitan in a really good position. He is going to get the DRS off of high RPM here. Oh, and that was Omar Shan losing a bit of traction there, has dropped back now 3 seconds behind of Mahazne. El Capitan not yet making the move on high RPM up ahead. And looks like high RPM choosing to pit, El Capitan following him as well. And Mahazne too, so the three of them pitting, and a little bit of a bump. Almost gave me a bit of a heart attack, but does look like Omar Mashan is going to stay out. Super close to each other, these three. And very unfortunate for Omar Mashan. We'll see how much time he's able to get once he goes into the pit lane. It looks like we do have Cowboys for Life moving up positions. Vroom and Hulkenberg now opting to switch out of the tires, the old tires. And yeah, Alex, I do agree. Sean, he is a very fast driver. I think he has probably lost a little bit of pace in this new game. I know a few drivers are struggling a bit with it. I was struggling a little bit as well. Still am. But last game, I mean, Sean was fast. Was definitely a competitor up in front. Still is, but obviously those little mistakes are going to be what costs him. But yeah, it does take a little bit of adjusting, but I do see them, both Kyle and Omar Mashan, improving. Kyle even more probably. Looking very confident in this game, but looks like we do have El Capitan making the move on the outside of high RPM. And so Anchor Production actually comes out ahead of the rest of the group. Does have 11 lap-old hard compounds. There are 8, 19, 11 laps remaining, including this one, if my math is mathing. So will be a bit tricky to see how well he's able to hold on to those hard compounds. He does have that 3-second penalty. But oh, Kyle on the back of Anchor Production does have to be careful, as Anchor Production does have those old compounds. Has to make that overtake clean, and looks like he is going to get that DRS, gets the flap open. And it looks like right behind, high RPM looked to be making the move on the inside of El Capitan right there, but not able yet. And oh, it looks like that is yellow flags. I believe that is Pax the Man. Yeah, Pax the Man losing it on the exit right there. So again, the only two drivers as of right now with penalties, that is Anchor Production and Norman, still with those 3 seconds. And yeah, Alex, I think everybody would want to be fast like you. Yeah, no, every game is different. Last game I wasn't as confident as I wasn't F121. I was fast, semi fast, I think, but definitely felt a lot more confident in that game than I did on these new games. But still enjoyable, and I still enjoy watching it as well. But Anka Production looks like he's going to get overtaken by his teammate. High RPM very close to the back of Anka Production. I think that was a very light tap, but still great job to keep it safe. But he does have Mahazne on the outside, getting the overtake done. This is how you can tell that even though they're brothers, they do battle it with each other fairly. So big respects to the McLaren of Anka Production being able to let his teammate pass. Um, I wonder if he's going to try at least defending a bit. It's going to be a little bit tricky, but at least to slow them down a bit to at least give El Capitan a good enough gap, which looks like he is 1.9, almost 2 seconds ahead of Anka Production as Capitan is. And Anka Production honestly defending like a lion, and as they say. A really good job in Sector 2 to keep Mahazne and High RPM right behind. So unfortunately, he is going to lose the position most likely on this next upcoming DRS trait. So Mahazne is able to get the move done. Is High RPM going to look to make the move as well? Although Anka Production defending the inside, and Mahazne thought about defending the inside, but goes for the outside. And High RPM doing a really good job to get the overtake done. So 2 overtakes in just a couple seconds right there. But it does look like Anka Production has opted to pit. Honestly curious to know how much of a percentage those tires would have been, the tire wear would have been at the end of the race on those hard compounds. But Anka Production, I believe, is going to come out still in P7. Still has that a good gap behind with Cowboys for Life behind. So honestly, a really good race from Anka Production, despite you know, obviously losing those positions. It did start in P2, has dropped down to P7, but obviously the tire strategies, you gamble with it, but has done a really good job. Did enjoy that battle of seeing him defend. But El Capitan up 4 positions, Cowboys for Life as well up 4 positions. Uh, we mentioned Anka Production losing those positions. Marky Mark losing 4 positions as well. So very unfortunate for that. And we do have Mahazne and High RPM still battling it out a bit. And so High RPM getting the move done on Mahazne. El Capitan actually doing really well. 3.7 seconds ahead of High RPM. So did take advantage of Anka Production really holding them out a little bit. Do have room getting the move done on Cowboys for Life there. And is Cowboys for Life going to fight back that position? Looks like no, wasn't close enough to make a move. Kyle's still doing a phenomenal job to keep it consistent, 4.1 seconds ahead of El Capitan. And so Aqua Production, even with those 3 seconds of a 3 second time penalty, does have room more than 8 seconds behind him. So if no safety car, he is in a comfortable position to keep that P7 position. Norman picking up a 3 second penalty now. And looks like, we do have the Haas of Kovacs having a little bit of a spin there and dropping down to P14 now. But looks like closest battles we have still continues to be between High RPM and Mahazne. We do have Cowboys for Life as well, closing in on the back of Vroom. And for the battle of P12, we do have Quest on the back of Hafrenix. Yeah, so Alex, you know what? I don't think Vroom has ever corrected me. I've raced with him for like I believe over 2 years, and I've always called him Vroom, even in the party chats. Um, he's never corrected us, I think, but I know some people call him V-Rome or Rome, but yeah, I call him Vroom. I don't know. Every time I see, I just think of Vroom Vroom. So, but Mahaznik gets the move done on his brother. I was gonna say his teammate on on higher PM up to P3 now. And looks like right behind Cowboys for Life, closing in on the back of Vroom. Is going to get the DRS on this next upcoming straight. Both of them, with the similar battery life. But looks like right behind Hulkenbro. Oh, catching. Oh my god. Oh man, Hulkenbro was able to get the overtake done, but unfortunately not able to make it stick. And Norman regaining that position while Norman also picks up a 3 second penalty there. So looking for the total penalty count. So we do have Aqua Production and Marky Mark with 3 seconds, Norman with 9 seconds. So Hulkenbro can still look for that top 10 position. Oh, Norman, a little bit wiggly right there. Still able to keep the car straight. And yeah, probably Vroom, VROOM, was already taken in the PlayStation app, so he probably settled with the A. But Vroom, Cowboys for Life, a little bit wiggly on that exit. Vroom closing in, but wasn't actually choosing to back out, which probably was going to help him out on this next upcoming DRS straight. Although it looks like no, not able to make any move yet. Did have that DRS, but probably not enough battery to actually make the overtake. Closing in quite a bit on the back of Cowboys for Life, who looks like also struggling as well. So Vroom up to P8 now. Kovacs picking up a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Very unfortunate, my friend. And up ahead, I believe we do have Mahazne closing out on the back of high RPM. So funny enough, those battles between Vroom and Cowboys for Life helping Uncle Production to stay ahead comfortably, 16 seconds ahead of Vroom with those 3-second penalty. Hulkenberg also staying on the back of Norman. Well, has dropped back of it, but staying within that 9-second penalty. So 3 laps remaining, including this one. Mahasne still on the back of High RPM. Cowboys for Life still on the back of Vroom. Looks like those two are going to be our main battles, it seems. We do have Omar Mashan. I'm looking at the delta a little bit. It has cut it down a bit behind Mahasne, but probably not enough time to get close to them, especially with both of them having the DRS pulling each other away. Oh, that is yellow flags, and while I say that Mahasne gets the move done on high RPM, I believe that is the Alpine of Marky Mark in Sector 2. Or at the start of Sector 3, actually. Actually, I do remember Marky Mark saying that he is still adjusting to his new wheel. Has a really cool wheel from the pictures he's shown, so yeah, just a little bit of time, and we're sure you'll be back to how you were before, hopefully even faster. But high RPM still giving Mahasne a bit of a fight there. Kyle still with a comfortable gap, 5.2 seconds ahead of P2. And Kyle now picking up a 3-second penalty. So has to be extra careful to not pick up another one within these last 2 laps. RPM really likes to get really close to the back of Mahasna there. Jeez. I was wondering if he was going to break on time, but does a phenomenal job to do so. Keeping it really close on the back of Mahasna. Does look like Cowboys for Life is going to have the run on Vroom here. Gets the move done, and actually Norman doing a really good job to keep up and actually get right behind both of them. So they are on the penultimate lap. We will take a look at the penalties again. So Norman is still really close to the back of Cowboys for Life. Does have that 9-second penalty. And a bit of a rear bump right there, but no harm, no foul. Cowboys for Life still able to keep it together. Really nice side-by-side racing right there. And as I say that, contact between Norman and Cowboys for Life. Cowboys for Life still able to keep the car straight, closing in. Did lose a little bit of time, but does look like he is gaining it back. Up ahead, high RPM. Not yet making the move on Mahasne. So high RPM with probably looking for a P3 podium finish. He's still within less than a second behind Mahasne. Although, it looks like Mahasne is going to get overtaken by HRPM, so Mahasne possibly going to have that DRS activation on that final straight. So both of them doing really well to keep that battery up, and I believe that was Paxman who brought out yellow flags, has dropped back a few positions. Onco Production in P6 does have that 3-second penalty, however, Paxman with 4 seconds, over 4 seconds behind them. Mahasne draining the battery, trying to get as close as possible to HRPM to make the move. Looks like he is not going to be close enough. Kyle going around the final corner, crossing the line for the win, and El Capitan as well crossing the line soon. Mahasne not able to close in and get that move done. Still far back to get that podium finish. And in the middle pack, we do have Norman, like I mentioned, with that 9-second penalty. Vroom within that gap. Hulkenbro closing in on the back of Cowboys for Life, who has that 3-second penalty. Ho ho! Hulkenbro, a little bit of a bumpity bump right there, but Cowboys for Life trying to get that position done, and I don't know what that was, but Hulkenbro looks like he is going to get that P10 finish, and Marky Mark and Kovacs who were actually a lap down, so they got already past the checker flag. And I do see, I believe it's Christopher on the live chat, who if I'm not mistaken, is El Capitan, who started on the soft tires. Throw me off a little bit with the difference of your race name and your YouTube name, but I'm pretty sure that is you. Yeah, I think the soft tires was probably what made it a little bit difficult strategy-wise. You were able to make that move done, but yeah, unfortunately those soft tires, they wear out really quick. Oh yeah, Onco Production. Yeah, you're right. Christopher, yep. Onco Production, that is right. Like I said before in the beginning of the race, I was confusing my McLarens for a second. But still a phenomenal race. Did defend like a lion to help out El Capitan there against HRPM and Mahasne. So I did really enjoy that. So our final grid, our race results for round 4 at China. We do have Kyle getting the win. As long as I'm also reading the live chat. You guys are hilarious. Okay, so Kyle going for the win. Also gets the fastest lap of 135.4. Sharing the podium is El Capitan and HRPM. From P4 to the end, we have Mahasne, Mamashan, Onco Production, Pax the Man, Vroom, Norman, Hulkenbro, Cowboys for Life, Juez, Hafrenix, and I believe Kovacs and Marky Mark, and our 2 DNFs, which were Rank and Lakers, if I'm not mistaken. So, but yeah, phenomenal race. Did actually enjoy that. It was a really nice DRS train that we saw today, and a lot of patience from a lot of drivers there. But yeah, next week we will be in. I'll take a quick look. Oh yeah, next week we'll be in Spa, so I will say prepare for a possible wet race. We all know how Spa is. Um, take a look. Yep, we will be in Spa. And right after this, we will actually be having our No Assist Division 1 group in about an hour. Uh, Looking forward to that group. I believe we have a possibly a full grid. I'll take a double check after that. And on Wednesday, we have our No Assist Division 2 group. So uh, another group to watch. A lot of skilled drivers taking full control of the car with no assist at all. But yeah, really great race to you guys, and big congratulations to the podium runners. We will be catching you guys later in about an hour for the next race, and if you don't, well, good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you guys are watching from.